bargain bin, starting with
We
the Epic
we
Game
really
Store.
need like some kind of like audio leading to like be like the bargain bin or something,
Yeah, and
and
I
then
want to
like
have like
money.
ching ching
Yeah, like
wah.
Pink Floyd money.
Do
We
do do do.
couldn't use their clip because we'd probably get like banned on YouTube. But
Yeah, they'll scan it for sure. No, yeah, we should. And let's start with the Epic
boom
Game Store
boom
and
boom
just
boom.
just a quick update. So we did warn people and we reminded people constantly about uh, a total a total war saga Troy being free for 24 hours, and obviously you listened because we had 7.5 million downloads on the Epic Game Store, which is it's interesting as well. It just kind of shows how big and ubiquitous the Epic Game Store has become as well.
And we
So
looked
the
at the stats, right? And I think we calculated that potentially two people may have actually been attributed to us.
well, that's 2 free games. So, and we're going to keep delivering. So the free games right now are Remnant from the Ashes, Alto Collection 3 out of 10, Episode 2, Foundation 101, and they're free until Thursday, the 20th of August. What I'm always interested in is what are the free games for next week? This week, God's Trigger, and then the big one is Enter the Gungeon, which like I love that game. I already have it on multiple platforms, but yeah, that's such an awesome game. Have you got that on PC? Enter the Gungeon?
I've never played that game.
Whoa! Okay, you definitely need to grab this. I know you probably already have it on Game Pass or wherever it's
No,
available, but
I'll grab it, and I certainly believe it's a good game. But it's we've mentioned I think last week. It takes a lot to get me excited about anything that has rogue in its kind of description, whether or not it's roguelike or roguelite. And I know this game is meant to be brilliant. And I've heard good things about Exit the Gungeon that was on Apple Arcade as well, even though it's a very different style of game. Um, but the thing for me, and I think a lot of people probably would understand this, is I've got so many games that I'm very interested in playing. So
yeah.
it takes a lot to get me to play a game that I'm not really interested in playing, even if it's free. But hey, maybe I'll give it a shot. Maybe it's part of broadening the Swinny horizons or something.
Swinny Explores the College Edition. Swinny Swings.
No, definitely don't call it Swinny Swings.
I want a bumper that says that, but yeah, like, and again, it's just showing me materializing things. Where I was talking about Enter the Gungeon last week, I think, and how good that game was.
Yes, you have the power. Can you please start talking about more about an F-Zero sequel, please?
No, no, no. I shall say that Nintendo in the next couple of weeks is going to announce Metroid Prime 5. No, sorry, Metroid 5, not Metroid Prime 5.
Metroid Prime 5.
Coming out in
Well,
2036. Metroid Prime 5. So that's the Epic Game Store. Bethesda, so they've also got, as part of QuakeCon at home, they had, and so we've missed it already, Quake for free, but Quake 2 is free right now, so at the time of publishing you should be able to still get it. And then on the 17th of August, Quake 3 Arena will go free, so you got to get the Bethesda game launcher, and then you can, as always, install it or like add it to your library, and it'll be free forever on that launcher. I actually was looking at getting Quake. I already have Quake and Quake 2. I've bought them recently or like the last few years when they're on sale. But Quake 3 Arena I was thinking about picking up, but given that it's free, I'll definitely grab that one. And
I
then
think
Nintendo
with
Switch.
that game
Go
though,
on.
so if you were interested in playing Quake 3 Arena, I think you probably I don't know where Quake Live is at these days. I believe they shut did they shut it down? Quake
No,
Live?
so it's a bit of a shame, the whole situation. I'm a huge Quake fan. So Quake's in a really bad space at the moment because I think the community is pretty split. So there's still a lot of people that play Quake Live. So I think what you were about to refer to is it's still free. It's not free. You have to pay for Quake Live now.
But it's still up. Like it's
Yeah,
still
yeah, yeah.
okay,
Yeah,
okay.
definitely. Yeah, definitely. But you've got like Quake Champions and then you got Quake Live, and it's a bit like, you kind of, I get it. Like, the community is split because it's a little bit like Smash, I guess. Probably most people would say Quake Live's the better game, but Quake Champions is the new one. And you know, it's not a huge community in the first place, so it's not one that you'd want to split over a couple of games. I am really hoping one day that, you know, that they'll release a new Quake game that really everyone loves and, you know, builds that community back up again. Because I think it's an awesome, awesome game. You know, I love those kind of really technical, competitive games. So yeah, no, but again, pick it up. But I get what you're saying. You know, if you're gonna play this style of game, you'd probably play Quake Live or Quake Champions.
Hmm.
So Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, so as we know, Switch always has sales on, some good, some not so good. But I actually just had a look this what's up and actually thought I'd make some recommendations. So basically looked through and I've mentioned Earthlock before, so it's actually 80% off on Nintendo Switch at the moment. Puyo Puyo Champions, which I have on Xbox One and I just repurchased on the Switch after seeing this. That's 60% off as well. That's the kind of game that I think is perfect for the Switch. Also got Valkyria Chronicles 1 and 4 both discounted. One at 60% off and 4 at 62% off. I'm like, what? That's the most random percentage amount. Everything else is like in exact even amount, and they chose 62% off. And the last one is Shining Resonance Refrain, which is actually a pretty fun action RPG that's at 60% off. I think that'd actually be a really good pickup for the Switch because I think it'd just be just nice. It's a very kind of segmented action RPG, so good, I think, for people that are in transit and that. So yeah, some highlights from the current Switch stars.
Nice. And no updates that I've seen from a PlayStation perspective. There's a couple of deals, but nothing that really sort of blows me away. But it's good to hear some thoughts around Switch because we really haven't seen any really big sales in Australia or in a US market sense.
Yeah, and I mean, we're about to get into Xbox as well with this, but it does feel like Switch always has, these weekly offers, but not only is it a pain to search through them, I'm sure there's probably better ways online to do it that I've got to look up, and maybe you already know integot, but um, it's it just feels like not only do they recycle the same games in and out, but they there's games that are just in there, just obviously that are discounted. Oh, it's normally $80 and they're discounting it 99% and it's $1 and they're rorting the system. It just seems like a real bad approach to like a user experience. But hey,
Yeah.
they probably make a lot of money, so what can I say? It's probably working out pretty well for them.
Well, you know, and those developers, they kind of view it as they have to do that to get any visibility in the store. And, you know, it's kind of the stupidity of the way that Nintendo is running that storefront that, like, I don't even look at it. I never look at the Nintendo eShop because it's so, to me, busted the way it works. So, what I look at, to your question, I guess, is I look at Deku deals. So, DEKU deals.com. So basically, like, this works for Australia, the US, like whatever territory you're in. And then they have a really cool filter that's the front page filter as well from memory. It basically, you can look at like deals that people think are like worthwhile. So in the sense that, you know, you can add deals or like games to your wish list, and when they go on sale you get an email and you can kind of like trigger it at certain price levels, but then they use that interest level to judge, oh, this game's really popular and it's on sale and it's like the lowest price ever, so they do their own ranking based on that. Something that like Nintendo could do, but I find that to be the best way to look at it. So for instance, you know how you mentioned Valkyria Chronicles, that is the number 1 and 2 deal. So Valkyria Chronicles 4 and then the first game are the top 2 deals on DQ deals. So it's a cool way to look at it.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
cool.
on the Xbox front, there's actually a pretty big sale that went up I guess 2 days ago as the time of this publishing. So a whole bunch of games as part of their Ultimate sale. So I'm not going to point any out because it's just too many, but there's a whole bunch of games. I did actually go to get Divinity Original Sin 2, that was 50% off. So I'm like, okay, awesome. Finally, I've been waiting for this. And I went to purchase it and I already owned it. And I'm like, God, I clearly bought
What do
this a
you
long time
mean?
ago.
What?
I already owned it and I forgot. So I'm like, oh, damn it. So
That's awesome.
I was so excited about it. But yeah, actually, honestly, on that, I use True Achievements for this. So basically, you can add stuff similar to what you're saying with that Nintendo Switch stuff. Not as detailed, but you can add stuff to your wish list, and then you get notifications when that stuff goes on sale. So yeah, cool.
No, nice. Yeah. And I think like for this segment, especially where there's really one-off sales that we've never seen before or free games, probably the biggest things we're going to shout out or, as part of the subscriptions to Xbox Live or PlayStation Plus.